Things were looking good. So Jimbo had a way for us to make some money. I mean, we wouldn't have to be collecting bottles anymore or scrap iron and that stuff. Nope. He had a surefire plan. I tell you what it was. At the schoolhouse, he had started the critter races. Now, if you don't know what a critter race is, I'll tell you. A critter race is when you draw a big old circle on the ground, about 6 feet across, you know. And everybody takes a critter and puts them in their hands and puts it in the middle of the circle. And then somebody says, ready, set, go. And you turn the critter loose. And the first one to get outside the circle is the winner. Of course, at first we had a few problems. Billy Robinson had this one critter and let him go, and he's faster than everybody else. And, well, we protested. Found out his critter had 8 legs. But Billy said that wasn't no trouble. He just flipped him over on his back, plucked a couple of legs off, and says, hey, he's legal now. Let's play. Let's race. We also decided we needed a designated starter because we found out that when Johnny Witherspoon was calling ready, set, go, he knew exactly when he was going to say go, and he let his critter go just a little bit ahead of time. So we had to do something about that. I think Frankie wanted to beat up on him. It's this one little boy named Ralphie Yates, I believe was his name. He said he didn't want to play because we would be gambling and he wouldn't do that. And so he would be the starter. So then we got a full-time starter. We were ready to go. And then Jimbo found a critter that was the fastest thing on 6 legs. And let me tell you about a critter. What made him so fast was he was scared of daylight. You put him down, you open your hand, as soon as he set daylight, poof, he was gone, brother. He was gone. He was under the outside ring before everybody else had got halfway to it. Jimbo says this boy's gonna make us a lot of money because Jimbo started a little gambling on it, you know, betting on it. Well, I couldn't do that because we Baptists don't gamble, and if my mama caught me doing it, she'd skin me alive. And that's a terrible thought. But Jimbo said that he could do it because he was a Presbyterian, and the Presbyterians said so long as you put 1 penny out of every dime in the collection plate, everything will be all right. So that's how it worked out. Jimbo was he managed our critter, which we named Pedro, by the way, kept him in a 3 torches matchbox. You know, remember those little ones you used to see about so long? Grandpa used to light cigars with? That's the kind I'm talking about. And we kept him in there, and we named him Pedro. Anyway, so and my job was to take care of the money and to do the promotions. Actually, we were doing, it was getting popular. I was really thinking about selling tickets before long. I believe we might have even got some of the girls come and watch. We got a problem. Yeah, success sometimes creates a problem. And we was winning all the time. And everybody got upset about it. Jimbo says, we got to do something. I says, you better believe it, buddy. Before long, everybody's going to chase us out of town. We got to do something. He says, you remember that boy, I can't remember his name right now, who was it, had the 8-legged spider, he plucked them 2 legs off and made him legal. I said, whoa, you ain't pulling no legs off of Pedro. You ain't pulling no legs off Pedro. I said, oh. He said, okay, I'll think of something else. Well, the next day we lost. Afterwards, I was talking to Jimbo. I said, Jimbo, you didn't do what I think you did you? No. Pedro's okay. He's still in his 3 torches box. But I had another 3 torches box. And I found Pedro's brother, Javier. Javier ain't got but 5 legs. Not near as fast as Pedro. So he lost the race. But nobody noticed he was missing a leg, see? He was so happy to win. Well, right then and there, we come up with a plan. We would win 2, lose 1. Win 3, lose 2, you know. we just kept the track of it. I kept it all up in a Blue Horse book there. That way I knew we was always ahead, okay? And I was keeping the money too. Well, everybody still was starting to kind of get riled up about us winning so much. We even lost 2 in a row one time, and people still kind of getting upset about it. So Jimbo says, we got to do something. I don't know exactly what we can do, but I'll think of something. He said, by the way, can you take care of Pedro tonight? I said, sure. I didn't know why, but what the heck, we're partners, right? Well, I took Pedro home in his little matchbox there, and I stuck him in my underwear drawer. Everything's good. Next morning at breakfast, Mama says, Charlie Tony Young, uh-oh, I know I'm in trouble. Don't know what I've done, but when Mama uses my full name, I know I'm in trouble. She says, let's go look in your room. So we go in there, and she says, you know what? I was looking in your drawer there, and I found this envelope, and it's full of money. Where do you get that kind of money? Now tell me the truth. Well, I had one hand behind my back and my fingers crossed when I started. I said, well, Mama, you see that little girl, Lucy Johnson? She had this little puppy that got hit by a car and got killed. And we thought it'd be a good idea if we all took up money and buy her a new puppy. Mama said, well, you know, son, that sounds like a good idea. I'm really proud of you guys doing that. I let out a sigh of relief. And she said, and then I looked in your underwear drawer. Uh-oh. And there's a matchbox in there. And I says, what's Tony doing with matches? He knows he's not supposed to have matches. And I opened the box up, and boop, out jumped the cockroach. Biggest cockroach I'd ever seen. He started across the floor, and I came down on him with my foot. Boom! Just like that. Twisted it. Lifted my foot. Nothing left of that cockroach except a greasy spot. Now, son, I want you to tell me all about how that cockroach got in that matchbox and got in the drawer. About that time, I started blew my jaws out like I was about to throw up, grabbed my stomach, stumbled over a chair, running out of the room. I ran through the house, grabbed my book bag, and headed for the bus stop. I got there about the same time the bus did, and I jumped on, with Mama standing at the door looking at me. I knew I was in bad trouble then, but it could wait till I got home. I'd have time to come up with a story to explain my misbehavior. Well, I got to school, and Jimbo said, you ready for the big race? I said, well, not exactly. He says, well, you know what I've done? I told everybody that the race today was $1 or nothing. We bet all of our winnings, $3.53, on Pedro, and if Pedro lost, they'd all get their money back. Jimbo, I hate to tell you, but Pedro's already lost big time. And I told him the rest of the story. And he says, okay, guess we'll run Javier. And that's the way Jimbo's great money-making adventure ended. Pedro, the fastest cockroach in all Mexico, will live on forever in our memories. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. A thumbs up helps my channel grow too. Other videos are available, as you can check out my playlists as well as what's coming up next.